All right, now, so we've been talking about a new game coming out, and in the circle of life, hopefully not in real life, but in video games, for one game to live, another game must die. All right. So with that being said, with Street Fighter 6 coming out, that must mean Street Fighter 5 must die. Now, I think Street Fighter 5 did what I'm about to say. I think it did it pretty good. So I'm not gonna speak on Street Fighter doing it, but let's say Mortal Kombat, for example. In my opinion, you're gonna have hardcore fans that love a game to death. And this is the one thing I would ask that you do for the fans that don't even plan on going to the other game. You shouldn't just abandon them. I think this is the one thing you can leave them with. And I know you don't have to do this as a developer, and you're here to make money, but one last round of costumes and one last round of what is it called? Stages. Hold on. Stages, costumes, and the UI. I think a fresh facelift on a dying video game is that's the best going away gift as an appreciation to the fans that played your game for, let's say Street Fighter 4, played your game for, if you talk about Street Fighter 4, not just Ultra, but Ultra, we played it for 2 years, from 2014 to 2016. When it goes out and that spark, that fire is dwindling out, a fresh facelift, like on how the game comes on, the menus. I know that's not much of a change. That is nothing in the day of a developer to just change the theme of a game. PlayStation never did it. We had PlayStation 4 for 1,000 years and it looked the same as the day I bought it. And I know that it's nothing because I remember when I had an Xbox 360. Not one, I don't even remember recognizing it every time I would turn it on. Now, I rarely turned on my Xbox 360, but every time I turned it on, the interface looked different. So all I'm saying is, in a dying game, it would be a wonderful gift that on the way out, you change the user face for one last time, and you give, let's say, 4 new stages. If that's maybe two. If four is too much to ask, maybe two, and one more costume pack for the cast. Now, here's the twist on that costume pack. I think the costume pack that if those characters are in the new game, so let's say Liu Kang. I don't want to use Ryu because boy, that would be a disappointment to get his new costume. But if you gave them their new costume in the new game, I mean, come on, those diehard fans will go crazy. But Ryu is a good example in Street Fighter 6. So if in Street Fighter 5 he got his Street Fighter 4, I mean Street Fighter 5 he got a Street Fighter 6 costume. I'm getting twisted. That would be amazing. Now, I don't play Street Fighter 5. He may already have it, but it makes more sense in a game like Mortal Kombat where the costume changes are dramatic. And let's say Street Fighter 4, it's Sagat got his Street Fighter 5 costume. That would be amazing. I think you will leave the fans with one last thing to love about your game. And more than likely, I mean, you're going to always have some diehard fans. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with loving a game. People get mad at me because I didn't like Street Fighter 5. I don't think there's nothing wrong with playing one game, liking it, and playing another game and not liking it. I never say anything negative about people that say all Call of Duties are the same. I don't say anything. And when people say that I only like this Call of Duty, I don't say anything because I'm like, I understand where you're coming from. So, what do y'all think about a going away gift in a fighting game that people will play for 10 years? I mean, for the people playing Street Fighter, what is it? Street Fighter 4? They're over 10 years in that game. That game came out in 2008, or let's say 2009. It was released in 2009. They've been playing that game for 13 years. So, what is it for a developer? The servers are going to start going down. What is it for them to give them 4 new stages to play on, which would be amazing? One more round of costumes. I know it's not much to ask because these PC players, they make a new costume for games that ain't even came out yet. So I know you can do it. And a user interface facelift. And I know when you create the game, you probably thought of 2 or 3 user interfaces. One more facelift, y'all. And I think that going away, I mean, you could even charge us. The diehard fans, if you charge us $15, And I mean, they try to keep it a secret that the game is dying. We know when you announce Mortal Kombat 12, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, we know that the one we're playing is dead. So one more going away gift, and they can play that game and they can ride off into the sunset. And the loyalty, more than likely, gonna buy you a new game anyway. They just won't play it. I got Street Fighter 5 sitting here. You know, I keep it sealed. You know, Kachel no Jutsu. I keep it sealed in its case so it can't go anywhere and harm others.